Good morning, everybody. We might only have two games on tonight's NBA betting slate, but that doesn't mean that we cannot find some NBA player props to hammer, which is exactly what I will be doing in this video, giving you my favorite NBA player props for today, Thursday, November 9th. I have three total for you guys. Unfortunately, yesterday, to do a quick recap, was not one of our days. I gave out four picks for yesterday's betting slate. We only got one of those four to hit. Couple bad beats in there. I had Paul George, 25 plus points. He ended at exactly 24. I had Kyrie Irving, 25 plus points. He ended at 22. Both of those players went over their main line. So if you took the main line number and not the pumped up number, you would have gone 3-0 on my point props. Obviously, I'm only tracking the numbers and the plays that I give out. One of those days where you got to live by the pumped up props. Yesterday, we died by the pumped up props. I also missed Jokic getting a triple-double. He only ended with 5 assists, which is shockingly low for him. Just one of those days. It happens. We look to pick it back up today. We are slightly in the green overall on these NBA player props. You'll notice a bad win percentage. That's because I play pretty juicy odds plays, so we can have a low win percentage and still be profitable. Again, on the year, slight profit. Let's hope we can get some back today. As I mentioned, I got three for you guys. If you're not already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel specifically if you are new. And we can chat about today's NBA player props. So the first play is in the Bucks versus Pacers game. We're taking Giannis, 30 plus points, plus 115 odds at FanDuel. So Giannis is coming off of one of the worst ejections you will ever see. I don't know who watched this Bucks Pistons game yesterday, but Giannis got ejected. One of the dumbest things ever. He scored. He got a little bit, not really, in the guy's face, and then he did the too small thing. The ref gave him a technical. It was a second one. He got kicked out. It was ridiculous. Means that the Bucks are on a back-to-back because that happened yesterday. Also means that we are going to get an extremely motivated Giannis. And luckily for this one, Giannis has an extremely plus matchup against the Pacers. The Pacers are among the worst teams in the NBA on defense, both in net rating, in which they are the 5th worst, and also just raw stats, allowing 101.7 points per game. That's also 5th worst. Giannis just had a blow-up game on Monday against the Nets where he scored over 30 points. I think he ended that game at 36. Yesterday, he only scored 15, being screwed, obviously getting ejected early. He only played 22 minutes. In general, the Pacers, just looking at the matchup, they just don't have the bodies to stop Giannis from getting downhill. The strategy with Giannis is you have to form a wall and not let him drive to the hoop. Pacers just don't have the bodies to do so. They're not the old Miami Heat. They're not the Celtics. As evidenced by the fact that last year against the Pacers, Giannis scored 30 points or 30 or more, I should say, 30 plus points in 2 of 3 games, averaging 34.7 points per game. I'm expecting Giannis to go off tonight. We're getting him for plus money to score 30 or more points, which I like. If you want his main line, it's at 27.5. Because yesterday, as I mentioned, we got screwed by taking 2 of the pumped up numbers, screwed us. So if you want to take his main line, that's what it's at. Obviously, we are only going to track whether or not he gets to 30. Let's hope he does, cashing our first play. Next up, we're sticking in the same game, Bucks Pacers, but we're taking an opposite player on the other team. Benedict Mathurin, 15 plus points, plus 140 odds at FanDuel. So same game, other side of the ball. I love Benedict Mathurin in this one. For those of you that tune in to my NBA live streams on the Betting Pros YouTube channel, I had him yesterday as a 15 plus play for plus money. Now I didn't include it on this YouTube channel, so obviously we are not tracking that, but I'm kicking myself for not finding it prior to the YouTube video I did on my individual channel. But I'm righting those wrongs today. I'm expecting Mathurin to have another good game. Prior to yesterday, it had been rough for Mathurin. He had gotten 4 straight games, scoring 10 or fewer points, but he broke out yesterday with 22 points. Now, a lot of that came from deep, where he shot 4 of 7 from 3-point range. I'm not expecting him to continue to shoot that well game over game, but I do think that he should have success even if he doesn't do it from 3 against the Bucks defense. The Bucks defense is almost as bad as the Pacers defense. I just talked about how bad the Pacers were. The Bucks are literally only 1 spot worse, both in net rating and in points per game allowed. They have the sixth worst net rating and allow the sixth most points per game. The Bucks have been getting shredded by opposing teams' guards. Makes sense when you replace Drew Holiday with Damian Lillard and you lose some of the depth that you had, but they're just getting annihilated against guards. Yesterday, Cade Cunningham went off for 33. Marcus Sasser went off for 26. Even Killian Hayes, who is not a good scorer, went over his point total with 14 points. All three of the Pistons point guards went over their point total over under yesterday. And then you look at previous games, this is including shooting and point guards. Cam Thomas had 45 points against the Bucks. Tyler Hero had 35. Jalen Brunson had 45. Maxey had 31. This could also be a Tyrese Halliburton game for the Pacers, but I'm rolling with Mathurin because he's on a roll and the fact that his point total is significantly lower. We just need him to get to 15. Betting Pros projects him to get above 16 points, so above the pumped up number that we are taking him at. Hopefully he can come through for us, cash plus 140. And then last up, Hawks versus Magic, our third and final pick of the evening. Trae Young, 25 plus points, plus 105 odds at FanDuel. Now, this is a play where we are fading basically everything that's happened prior to this so far this year. He has yet to score 25 points in a game this season. He scored 20 points in every single game except for one, where in that game he scored 18. So it's not as though he's playing horribly. He's literally just hovering between 18 and 24, or even more accurately, 20 and 24 points every single game. That is not going to continue to happen. My official guess is that he breaks out of that slump today against the Magic. The reason why he hasn't been able to score is his shooting splits have been an abomination, right? They have been horrible. Overall, he's shooting 33% from the field. That includes obviously 2-pointers, 33%. And he's shooting 28.4% from deep. That's horrendous. He has legitimately not shot above 50% in a single game so far this year. Now, the Magic do admittedly have a good defense. So I'm not necessarily saying that he's going to shred because this defense sucks. I do find it hard to believe that he's going to continue to shoot as often as he is while continuing to put up such horrible splits. Because he's attempting a ton of shots too. It's not like he just isn't shooting. I would be more scared off if he wasn't shooting. He's averaging over 17 shot attempts per game while also getting to the line just under 10 times. Everything looks good from Trae Young. He's just not making shots. That is something that I think changes today. Both Betting Pros and Props.cash have him to score 25 or more points. And I like both of their projection systems. I like the fact that they're both in our favor. So that rounds out our third and final pick of the evening. Hopefully we can get 2 of these to cash and we will be profitable. If we get all 3, we will be somewhat rich. So let's hope for that. And that's all I got. 3 plays for you guys to lock in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Appreciate everybody for watching and have a good one.